Well, hello again everybody. This evening I'm getting the van ready for something a little bit different. And it's going to involve making a bit of room in the van for some of Nikki's goods from her online shop. Because we're going to a local farm where they're having a Christmas fair and she's got a stall. And we are going to base ourselves in the motorhome. And this is all Nikki's shop stuff that's got to make it into the van, isn't it, darling?
Yes.
Well, there's the first lot of stuff in. Fortunately, all this stuff in the overcab is really quite light. Probably weighs less than the bedding we normally have up there, so that should be fine, I think. I've also got this sort of, it's like a paste table, like a folding trestle table thing. That's pretty light as well, so not too concerned about that. That's probably the heavier box. That's got sort of tablecloths and stands and stuff in it. So I think it's looking okay so far. What do you reckon, Mr. Ginge? Yeah, you've got your favourite seat up the front there, haven't you? Let's settle there for a while. We're plugged into the mains here in front of the house, so I'll put the little heater on a low setting just to keep the edge off, stop stuff getting condensation on it. Because it's only Wednesday evening at the moment, and we're not off really till Saturday morning. Now, I've had some high winds recently, although it's calmed down quite a lot now, and the forecast isn't too bad for the weekend. But I'm filling these sandbags for the gazebo, so we're not taking any chances with the gazebo blowing away. Well, I think that's almost everything in. Most of it is quite light, although it looks like we're loaded up to the gunnels. It's all pretty lightweight stuff, apart from the gazebo and the sandbags. So I'll put those as centrally as I can to spread the load. So I was up bright and early on Saturday morning and in the shower by 6 AM. Oh my goodness. Just packing a few last bits in. Right, well, I'm about ready for the off. Nikki's going to meet me up there in our car, because we're not sure if we're going to leave the van on site on the farm or not. Might be some issues with that, I'm not sure about insurance and stuff, but we might end up walled in with all the other people's gazebos and things. We'll just have to see how it goes, I think. Anyway, let's get up there. Well, fortunately it's quite local to us, probably a 10 to 15 minute drive, which is just as well, or we'd have had to get up even earlier. Well, it turned out I went in the wrong entrance here. I had a quick chat with the lady who was helping set it all up, and she put me right, and I had to leave and go round and back in by the proper entrance. Now, when I got there was an unmarked height barrier, so I had to get out and double check that the van would fit under. Fortunately, we just about snuck under. There's about 4 inches to spare. Now again, I met the lady who was organising it all. We pre-arranged with her that we could leave the van on the hard standing track area, as I knew it was going to be wet, and if I went on the grass I'd probably need towing off again. Well, it seems like there's been a bit of a change of plan. We were supposed to be having our gazebo right behind the van, which would have been quite nice, but there's been some issues, and I think we're going to be a few steps away from the van now, but hopefully that won't be too bad. Anyway, let's get the gazebo and stuff set up. So where we are is Johnsons of Oldhurst. It's got a fantastic farm shop, lovely butchers. It's got a steakhouse restaurant. It's got a cafe tea room place. And it's got areas you can wander around with wildlife and various different animals. So it is a great little day out, really. And we're hoping it'll attract quite a lot of people to this market. Well, soon Nikki arrives, and we can begin to set up the stall and put all the goods and bits and pieces in how she likes it. So Nikki's spent many years working at our home as a foot health practitioner, doing all sorts of treatments on people, and she's finding it increasingly difficult for various reasons to carry on with that. So the idea of this is that it provides a bit of income with a bit less physical work. Now, I'm not sure that this element of it is less physical work, but the online shop part should certainly be that way. Well, Nikki's carrying on setting up the stall. I've come in the van to make a cup of coffee and me a cup of tea. One thing I should have thought about, I should have brought some mats to put down across the carpet. We're treading in a bit of mud. Trying not to, but yeah, it's a bit muddy here. Gonna have to have mission clean up when we get back. Oh well, kettle's on. Oh dear, I come back out to the van and I could hear the pump running. I'd left the pump on and the tank is now empty. I'm hoping I just left one of the taps open, but I don't think I did. Yeah, it's going to be something I need to check when I get back. Hopefully none of the pipes underneath are split. The van was drained down pretty thoroughly. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Back out to the van to make Nikki a sandwich, and I've noticed that the shower tray is full of water, which is now got a load of mud in it off my boots. This is not going. I'm not really happy about any of this. This is not going well. So it's possible that one of the shower pipes or the sink taps is leaking. I'm gonna have to check that when I get home. I'm gonna have a big clean up as well, I think. Yeah. Oh well, bacon's on for Nikki's sandwich at least. Now you're probably saying to yourself, why on earth didn't I take my muddy boots off before I went in that wet shower tray? Well, because then I get wet socks or wet feet, and we don't put any towels with us either. So yeah, that's another lesson. I'm going to put some towels in here for tomorrow. So the market's getting a little bit busier now. There's a fair flow of people coming through, and good food folks are stopping to buy bits and pieces off the stall. If you'd like to visit Nikki's online shop, there's a link in the description below, and I'll put the website address on the screen here. Just across the field here is a lovely herd of deer. Look at that, look. They've all got up because I've walked over there. Anyway, better get this chocolate across to Nikki. We're both flagging a bit. There's a lot of standing up involved in this lark. How you doing then, my little shopkeeper?
Moving stock around.
Moving stock around, right?
Yes, filling the spaces where we've sold something. We're having a good day.
Oh, the life of a shopkeeper is hard. But look what I've spotted up in the sky. There's a lovely pair of red kites flying around. It's about time for another cup of tea, I think. And yeah, I'm feeling a bit better now. I was a bit disheartened about the van, but I think that water leak is going to be relatively easy to fix. I think it's in that plumbing towards the little sink in the bathroom, and the carpet's drying out okay. It's too much of a faff to take my boots on and off every time I'm in and out with these boxes of stuff. Yeah, we're going to have to cover it up, the carpet, with something tomorrow, so it's not too bad. I don't think we'll soon sort it all out once we've finished. I've also lit the heater, warm the van up a little bit. I'll see if Nikki wants to sit in here a little while I man the stall so she can warm up. Right, well now I'm manning the store on my own, so yeah, I'm in charge of the whole thing. It's a weighty responsibility, but it's gone a bit quiet, so not too bad. Roll up, get your Christmas gifts here. There is some gentle rain started, so that might be why it's quietened down a little bit, but I've had a few people come round asking about bits and pieces while I've been here on my own. I think it's going well, isn't it, darling?
It is going very well.
And we've got sparkly lights, haven't we? Look at all the sparkly lights.
Sparkly lights. That's
fantastic. Oh, here comes some more customers.
Yep.
Nikki's gone to have a look round some of the other stalls and left me in charge again. I tell you what though, I am absolutely knackered. It's a long old day. It's dark now. I've got about another hour or so to go, I think, so not too bad. It's quietened down quite a bit as well, not so many people around. Come back out to the van, got the kettle on, can do the washing up. Can't use the hot water in the van obviously because we've dumped the tank through that leaky pipe. But after I've done the washing up, it'll just be probably about another half hour of the stall, and then we can begin packing away, which is quite good because the rain I think is starting now as well. Hoping the wind doesn't get up too much because we're going to leave the gazebo set up with those sandbags. Well, unfortunately, it started to rain quite hard now, and some of Nikki's stuff is getting quite wet, so we're having to pack it away. We're supposed to stay open until 6, but yeah, can't let all the stuff get wet, can you? So I'm starting to bring it all back into the van. Oh, well, I'm back on the drive. You probably can't see very much. It's pitch black now. We decided to leave the gazebo after quite a long debate. But we did drop it down to half height. So the thing now I think is to get the van back plugged into the power, get that leisure battery charging again, and then we can try and work out what's been going on with the water. I'm actually cleaning out the shower tray with the garden hose. It's working quite well. Please note, Ttxela Productions does not endorse or advocate using a garden hose inside your caravan or motorhome. Right, let's get some water in the van. Boy, it's dark, isn't it? Right, let's give it a try, shall we? Oh yeah, look, there's water pouring out there. Obviously something's come undone in here. Right, that's all I need to see. Let's turn the pump off. Right, I'm going to have to take this off again. Well, I think the issue here is fairly self-explanatory. That should be connected in there. Obviously it's not an ideal sort of connection. I might actually look, maybe see if I can get a barbed connection to go on there. But let's try and remake it in the short term. Right, shall we try the pump again? Well, no sign of any leak so far. Ooh, hold on mate. Oh yeah, that's hissing and bubbling, that is, isn't it? I'll see if I can get another couple of turns on it. Yeah, now so it's also dripping from up there. Gonna have to see if I can tighten that one up. Right, well I've managed to tighten it up a bit more. I've dried it off and it seems to be staying dry and the pump isn't firing again. So I'm going to turn the pump off, have me dinner, check it again, and then we'll pop the cover back on. Right, well I've had me dinner. Let's have a look at this pipe work and see what's happening. Yeah, still a bit of seepage around the top of here. I wonder if I can get a few more turns on this. No, I think that's about at its limit. Let's turn the pump on and see what happens. Well, that's good. The pump didn't fire at all, so it really hasn't lost any substantial pressure over the last sort of 40 minutes or so while I was having dinner. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that cover back on. Obviously, we won't leave the van unattended with the pump on tomorrow, and we don't normally anyway. I just obviously forgot to turn it off this morning. I'm still not entirely happy with those joints. They are a bit of a lash up. They always have been since I did the washroom. I might look for something better to make those connections with. But in the meantime, I'm going to pop that cover back on. It's not a big disaster if it leaks slightly behind it because everything is plastic anyway. Can't get through to anything that will rot or cause a problem. So yeah, I'm going to pop that cover back on and go to bed soon. I am knackered. Right, well there we go. Obviously that's all going to need re-siliconing at some point, but I'm not going to do that really till after I've fixed those joints a bit better. It's no real great problem because the big advantage when I did the bathroom, I took the whiteboarding all the way behind that pedestal anyway, so it's all waterproof behind there, even if there is perhaps a slight weep going on. But it must be very, very slight because that pump didn't fire at all, and that normally notices any slight pressure drop. Well, there we go. I've also run some mats in there like I should have done from the start. Idiot really, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Well, I did think of it, I just completely forgot to do it. So the carpet still needs cleaning underneath. We'll have to get onto that, but that should stop it getting mucked up even more tomorrow. Well, I think that's me. Only remains to go and get some rest and do it all again tomorrow. Right, Sunday morning and we're off again. This time Nikki's coming with me in the van. Aren't you, my love?
Yes, dear, it's far too early for cameras.
Right, first things first, let's get the gazebo back up. So the gazebo did survive overnight. The wind held off, it wasn't too bad at all. A little bit windier this morning, but nothing desperate like it has been recently, so that's good. Not all the stalls that were there the day before have come back today, and there's new stalls that weren't here yesterday, so bit of variety as well. We're setting up now. I'm much happier with these mats on the floor of the van. Really should have thought of that yesterday. Well, I think we're nearly set up. I've got the kettle on for a brew, but I did forget to top up the drinking water bottle. We've got plenty of water in the tank, but Nikki doesn't like drinking it out of the tank. Yeah, there's a lot to remember in this lark, and we were pretty tired last night, so not surprised we forgot something. Alright, we've got the bacon going for the sandwiches again. Got to make sure you look after yourself at this kind of event, I reckon. And today, Mrs.
Very well, actually. Very pleased with today.
Good, good.
Nice people there.
Well, I've come back out to the van to make some tea and some milky coffee for Nikki. And look, I've noticed that they've started to use the field out here as extra overspill car parking. Yeah, there is quite a lot of people here today. So hopefully that means Nikki's stall will do really well. We've certainly had quite a few people around today buying little bits and pieces. Right, better get Nikki a coffee. Cool, my tea looks a bit weak, doesn't it? Biscuit, my love.
I know, show my biscuit there.
Show the folks your biscuit. Well, it's near packing up time now, so I've come into the van. I'm going to do the washing up and stuff, get the van squared away a bit, ready for packing all the market stuff away. The gazebo has got terribly muddy. Gonna have to have a wash of that somehow, I think, and a dry out of it a bit. Well, actually the sun's been shining, so it's probably dry, but it is still rather muddy. So on balance, it's been a pretty successful weekend. Nikki is pretty pleased with what she's taken over the 2 days. We've learned a few little lessons about setting up and the sort of stuff we need to bring with us, and sort of looking after the van as well. Yeah, need to protect the carpet a bit better if it's going to be muddy, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's been good overall. It's taken us much longer to pack away than everyone else. You can see it's pretty dark when we're packing away and all the festoon lights and everything go off, but yeah, tiring but successful weekend. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Give the like button a press. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more.